If you haven't sitting on a Jackson yet, it's one of the most comfortable seats on the market, and this is their Comfort Seat 4.0, but they just dropped the Comfort Seat 5.0, and I'm a stickler for a comfy seat, so we're gonna go ahead and take measurements, put it on the Cusa X, and then install some accessory items on it so you guys can see the difference. All right, if you've never sat in a Jackson before, there's some noticeable things. There's obviously a high position and a low position in both styles of seats, and they also ride on two rails that you can adjust forward and back. So we're going to go ahead and measure the seat portion here from the base of the Kayak up to the seat in the low, and we're going to do the same thing in the high. So we've got our measuring device, sorry, wrong one. We've got our measuring device here, and we'll go ahead and go from the base to the top, and that sits right at about 8 inches, and this is again without our Kayak cushion. Changing from low to high is super easy in the Cusa. Slide it up and you're done. So you have a 2-inch increase at 10 inches, and then the bar is sitting at 6 inches. Right out the gate, you can see how much taller the seat is, which really gets me excited. We're gonna do some primary and secondary stability tests with it, but for now, let's get the measurements. We're looking at a 3-inch increase in the front of the seat, and it goes back to that same 10 inches in the rear of the seat, which I would assume helps your balancing while in the high position. Looking at the two seats side by side, it's obviously night and day, some of the differences. What they're doing is raising the angle in the front of the seat here. It's gonna take pressure and flat bottom. I know for me, I have really bad sciatic pains, and the flatness of this seat without a Kayak cushion actually puts too much pain on the front side of my hamstring as opposed to rear. So looking at this, it's gonna put you a little bit further back. Obviously it's taller. If you do have foot pegs, I would assume you have to adjust those. I'm probably just gonna slide the seat up on the rails so I don't have to cut paracord. Just looking at them side by side, you see the difference. The lumbar on this one appears to be better than that, but I have that one a little bit looser than a brand new seat. But I wanted to get a raw unboxing reaction to the seat itself, and so far I'm extremely excited. I'm gonna be planted in the rear like I was. I have more room for accessory items, which is what we'll get into right now. So this is one of the most popular accessories if you own a Jackson, and it's the underseat utility bag. I have 4 3700 Planos in here as a demo, but I'm gonna show you the difference between the 4.0 seat and the 5.0 because this gap here is an additional 3 inches taller than the 4.0, so it's gonna look a little different. So when you're closing the bag, you can see the bottom crossbar. On the previous seat, when you clip it, it's gonna fill this gap entirely right here. And obviously it's not doing that, but it's not gonna allow any of your stuff to fall out, right? And you can always tighten this down. This is how it's gonna look. And you can adjust and pull it up, but this gap is the difference in height between the 4.0 and 5.0. So the answer is yes, the utility bag still works. It's not gonna fully cover your tackle, but you can still use it. If you're a Jackson Kayak owner that's interested in the Comfort Seat 5.0 or the utility bag, or someone new that wants to test and demo a Jackson Kayak for yourself, you can find a local dealer near you at jacksonkayak.com.